when you come back, do you usually come back around Christmas? Or
No, that's a boundary I've set. So that's why we come home in the summer. We will not do Christmas with my family.
Well, that's fair.
It's just stressful. It's not like...
Yeah.
It does not bring out the best in anyone, including my family. So...
Okay, so you won't be here, though, till next summer?
I mean... I make trips home. That's the thing. If you were like, hey, let's get together and do this,
I just felt like when I mentioned it before, it just the dates, with things, they just don't come together quite the way you want them to. And then it's like.
And people are flaky.
I know.
And I can be flaky too. Yeah. But I
also would love to record Mrs. Ballard while she's alive. Because
Yeah.
there's an aspect of some of these people getting into their 70s.
I know.
Where it's just like, okay, while we have their voices available, can we record some stories?
Do you want to read this now or wait?
I want
Are we
to
rolling?
read it. Yeah,
Okay.
Dave's recording.
Okay.
So I'm not the tech person. I just talk a lot.
Okay, so you have to remember, this was in 6th grade.
Okay.
I don't remember if it was before or after my dad had died.
Okay.
But I was really into Jesus.
Okay.
I had turned to Jesus.
Yeah.
It was what provided me mental sanity at
Okay.
the time. I thought Jesus would take away my worries.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the context of the letter I wrote. Notice the graphic.
Oh, it's a dove.
It's a dove. It's a peace dove of Jesus.
I don't think I ever knew you wrote this. Did you go home that day and write it?
I have no idea. I don't remember this. I read it to my college girlfriends recently, and they were like, Sarah, this is I know. I was like, she must have thought I was indoctrinated at home. I had come from a super right-wing Christian cult. Because...
You have a perfectly good reason to be upset towards me. Oh my goodness. Oh, you even included the Bible verse.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Can you believe?
A great teacher. We only had her as a substitute.
Well, he was out on paternity leave.
Oh, so we had her for a minute.
She was there for a while.
It was in Rieger's class, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mr. Rieger. Anyway, there's some Bible verses here.
Are you telling the story in your memoir then?
No.
Okay, so we need to tell the story
I don't know what's included.
of what Doyle Barnes did to us. Because it was Doyle Barnes behind us.
I would never have known that.
Oh my God.
I just remember being like, I had to read a sexual harassment pamphlet, and I was like, God damn it, Amy. I was like, I didn't even say she was a lesbian. And I was like, I don't even know. I'm not sure I knew what a lesbian was. So that is the funniest part of this.
Okay, so...
And why see-through pants
equated
being queer? No idea. No idea. And I feel so badly, especially having been a teacher. I now think about shit like this, and I'm like, kids are awful.
No, okay.
Kids are awful.
So here's what I remember. I remember her standing at the front of the classroom.
They were white linen pants.
They were white linen pants, and she had white underwear on.
Yes, they were see-through.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, and this is Don Crawford's sister-in-law.
Right.
Don Crawford.
Right.
He convinced her to come substitute
yes,
teach.
I know.
Over Christmas, it was come work at Sparta.
Mm-hmm. And she was like, let me tell you about these little assholes.
So, I remember there was one person in between us, and you were by the aisle, and I was, one person, I don't remember who.
Okay.
And then I was two seats down from
behind the back, right?
Oh,
of passing of a note.
And Doyle Barnes was behind us.
The third, right?
So yeah,
Doyle Barnes the third.
So I remember you passed me the note, and it said, Miss Williams has on see-through pants today, or something.
I instigated.
But you just said something about the pants.
Oh, boy.
Then
Biggest mistake of my life.
Then I think I wrote back.
Yeah, I think she's a lesbian. You made the jump from point A to point B, for the record.
You offered reparations with your letter. You felt so
because
bad.
Jesus would punish me if I didn't.
Okay, so then I remember the feeling of extreme dread because I handed you the note and Doyle goes, Amy and Sarah are passing notes. Like, my face probably turned white. Like, I knew the content of that message. So then I remember class was dismissed. This is how I remember it.
I don't remember the detail. I only remember being in the guidance counselor's office and sobbing. Sobbing. I don't know if you did. No,
I tried so hard not to cry. I was trying to be so stoic.
And that's where I was just like, I'm such a baby. I'm upset. I don't know if I'm upset because I got caught or if I'm upset because I'm embarrassed
Then we had to sit and read a sexual harassment pamphlet.
Yes.
Like a whole little booklet.
Yes.
But they never, from what
contacted
I remember,
our parents. They did
anything.
not.
We were so...
Because we were really good,
we were,
like, for the most part, kind people. Like...
Can you imagine?
They must have just been like, they were like, okay, Miss Williams will sue us if we don't do something related to these students.
They probably wanted to keep her as a sub.
Yeah.
Like now thinking as an, well, we don't want to lose her. So
exactly. We need to say we did something. But like these two kids, they're idiots right now. But like for the most part, they're like good people, you know? Like the last two students who would be sexually harassing their teacher.
We literally are sexual harassers. We are.
At a very early age. 12 years old.
Very early age. And 12 now seems so young. It's so young.
So young.
But we thought we were in big trouble. I remember thinking,
what did
I think was going to happen? We were going to go to jail or something? Like juvie?
It doesn't even matter what the school consequences was. Like, the shame of facing my mom would have...
That's what it was.
That was the sheer horror.
Yeah. That was the worst part.
Yeah.
And I still worried. That night, I went home and I didn't say anything.
Oh, I didn't... My mom didn't know. And that's when she discovered this letter as an adult. She's like, what is this about?
Oh,
and I had to tell Linda the story. She could laugh about it now, but
it wasn't funny then, Linda. We were afraid.
Yes. But it was also in a box of like all of my like childhood letters and notes because before texting, it was all about like notes.
Abby has all of hers.
Well, there was one.
I think I have mine. I know I don't have them.
There was one I showed her and Brent Shirey had drafted it and it was two testicles playing in a band. And it was like the funniest thing. And like I showed my mom and she was like, he has a sense of humor like that. And I was like, oh my God, the kid used to draw testicles on everything. On everything.
Knowing my kids now makes
oh my
it
gosh.
even, like how annoying kids can be.
How annoying. I also remember, since I'm just rattling off stories here, in chemistry class when they had like posters that were like the 5 steps of the writing process, and the last one was something, the last step was like polish. Yeah. And so Brent covered up the like polish your writing with like sausage, so it said Polish sausage. I don't know why. That was the shenanigans of
Sparta.
Brent Shirey.